Hey guys, Coach Trina here, and today we're going to talk about the ring dip. Now, before we talk about the ring dip and what that movement looks like, I do want to talk about some of the foundational things that you need for a ring dip. And that's going to be at least 20 to 25 push-ups, just regular on the ground. We do have a video for that, so check that out if you're not quite there, how to push up better. And then the two other pieces that you need for a ring dip before practicing this movement is solid foundation and top support and bottom support on the rings. And for those, I'd like to see 20 to 30 seconds comfortably in those, trying to hold that. So Jake's going to show you real quick what top support and bottom support looks like. So top support is just him in a top support position on the rings, elbows are locked out, and he's able to hold this position again for like that 20 to 30 seconds. Bottom support is going to be basically the bottom of your ring dip, where you also need to be really strong. So just this bottom position here, biceps are touching the rings, and again, comfortable hold there for about 20 to 30 seconds. Go ahead and rest, Jake. Now, why we would practice the ring dip is because it's a more complex movement of a pushing pattern. So you'll get stronger in pushing patterns. It'll help in movements like a muscle up. It's going to help create a stable shoulder. Even if you do have a pretty stable shoulder, it will just continue to work on that and make sure that you're able to use that stability in movements outside of gymnastics, like a weightlifting movement like a snatch. When you're in an overhead position, you need that shoulder stability to catch a heavy barbell. Now, when we look at the ring dip and the points of performance of it, Jake's going to start in that top support position. So he's going to jump up, he's going to lower himself down until his biceps touch the rings. And then from there, he's going to push back up so that he gets back to that full extension position at the top. Awesome. Now, a couple of faults that we see with the ring dip are things like mostly just not getting that full range of motion. So you'll see someone not hitting full depth where the biceps don't touch, which we do want to make sure that we are practicing that full range, because again, when we do get into a greater movement pattern like a muscle up, when you get fatigued, you're going to not pull as high, you're going to catch lower. So you want to make sure that you can train into a really low ring dip. Jake, if you could show us one of those, of that super low bottom position, and that you're able and you have the strength to push out of it. Awesome. And then lastly, we want to make sure that we do get that full lockout at the top of our ring dip, just to give the bicep a little break. If we are constantly under tension with that, it might cause some injuries in the future, so we just want to make sure that we're locking out at the top. Progressions for the ring dip. Now, we can do things like add a band, do a toe assist, or we also have a variation that we call a heel ring dip. But first, we'll show you guys the band. So depending on the color of the band or the resistance of the band is going to either make that ring dip more or less challenging, as well as how far you pull the band through to give more slack in it. So that is how you secure it. Jake's going to hold the opposite end of the band with his opposite hand, just so it doesn't go moving around on him. He's going to place one knee into that band, and then points of performance still stay the same. So locked out at the top, biceps touch the bottoms, touch the rings, and then he pushes up to full extension at the top. Toe assist would be another option for a ring dip as well. So you'll just ditch the band, and then you're going to use your toe to help you on your way back up, and even on the way down if needed. So he's going to, again, start in top support, lower himself down. He's got the toe assist down at the bottom, and that's just going to help give him a little bit of assistance to push out of the top of the ring dip. And then lastly, like I said, we call this a heel-assisted ring dip. So we have some rings set up down here. For Jake, these are set up to about knee height, which is where you would want them if you're going to practice this variation. And he's going to set up like he would if he was using like a chair or a box. So the rings are still at his sides. His feet are going to be straight out in front of him. Heels are on the ground, toes are pointing up. And then same thing as points of performance. We're locked out, biceps touch the bottoms of the tops of the rings, and then he presses out the top. I really like this drill for progression on the ring dip because it does still give you the ability to practice supporting yourself on the rings, and we don't take that factor away when we move to something like a box dip. So that is everything you guys need to know about a ring dip. I hope that this video helps you guys get all the gains and get really strong in your gymnastics. If you would like to schedule a one-on-one and meet us in person, check out our website. If not, just like and subscribe and be on the lookout for more content.